It is cold out here. I'm just sitting here. I always make the first appointment of the day. No matter where it is that I am and what I'm doing, I always try to make the very first appointment of the day. I like to do things early. I like to get things out of the day early. That's how I rock. So that works for me at the doctor. That works for me at the chiropractor. That works for me. Basically, any business that is depending on their money to turn on the light bill, like they got paid beforehand. Basically, they're billing my card or whatever. They're gonna be there on time. The barbershop, not quite. If I make my first appointment, which is 9 o'clock, at least at this particular barbershop, because this barbershop I think mostly runs independent. The barbers are in there, but I think they all pay for their chair. So it's not a situation where they're all booked for that barbershop where they have to be in on the clock. So I'm booking with my specific barber to get there at 9. He never gets there at 9. He usually gets here anywhere from 9:20 to 9:30, which would make you think that I will show up at 9:20 to 9:30, but I don't. I'm a big on time person, to be honest with you. So I'm just going to be on here for a little bit until he gets here. What time is it? 9:11. He'll probably get here in 10 to 20 minutes. But yeah, a quick thought that came into my mind was about making your goals specific. And an example that I can give you guys is my page right here that you're looking at. I wanted to get this page monetized. If you look at the open date for this page, I think it says April 2021. And I was like, I want to get this page monetized. But I had no plan on how I was going to do that. It was just a matter of I'm going to put some videos up and hopefully I meet the requirements that I need to get the page monetized. So my dad thinks if you're late, my dad thinks you're late if you're 15 minutes early, and my mom thinks you're right on time if you're 45 minutes late. That's interesting. So I wonder how things worked for them, or how things have worked for them with those two very different philosophies. I don't know if that's him that just pulled up behind me, but I'll see. If it's not, I'll continue with the thought that I was going. Later person else. I don't mean to laugh. It's just funny the order you put that in. Um, yeah. So basically, I just had a goal that I was going to get the page monetized. I didn't know when. I didn't know how. And I didn't even really look up the monetization requirements. I was just like, I'm going to put up videos and eventually I'm going to meet whatever metrics YouTube requires and I'm going to get there. A year later, I still wasn't there. So what happened in the end of September was I finally said, I have a goal to get this page monetized by December 30th. There's 30 days in September, right? I mean 30 days in December, right? Whatever the last day of December is, whether that's the 30th or the 31st, I don't remember. But that was my goal. And I made that goal like towards mid to late September. And it actually took me less than half of that time. And the reason why was because once I made it a goal, I started getting books, which gave me a lot of different information about how to get monetized on YouTube. I started making my 31st. Thank you, Sheena. I started making my posts more consistently. I was like, okay, I need to post this amount of times. I need to get this amount of views and this amount of minutes watched. And this is what it is going to take to guarantee that I can get my YouTube page monetized by December 31st. And I think the date that it finally got monetized was like November 7 or something like that. But it's important to make your goals specific, because when you don't make them specific, it's easier to put them off. If you're like, I just want to get this done sometime in the future, something my dad used to say to me is like, someday is not a day on the calendar. We got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. You're not going to find someday on the calendar. Someday you can wait for the rest of your life. You're awesome. I have the feeling that whatever you set your mind to, you will achieve. Thank you, Don. It's a lot of things that I have want. So I guess an unknown thing about me that would probably surprise most people. People in my life, I've always talked like this. Not always. I've talked like this for several years. At least the last 10 years. And everyone just thinks that I've achieved so many things in life, when there's a lot of things in life that I've been gunning for and trying to get to for a long time that I have not yet achieved. So even though I've been saying these things, I haven't been tapped into really knowing the steps that it takes to get the things that I want. The thing that I have is the positivity that keeps me going. I have a thing about me where I don't give up. I have a thing about me where I'm always positive, and I think that I'm going to get there eventually. But it's only very recently that I have started doing something like making my steps small, realistic, and attainable, because what I had was too many lofty goals that I made at the same time. I want this, 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 and this. And I would start working on all of them at the same time. And when I didn't get those things within a time that I wanted them, which was an unrealistic time, I would just give up and either move on to the next thing or just stop doing that thing. So I do feel like I'm going to achieve whatever I set my mind to. But I also feel like I'm just learning what it means to really set my mind towards something. Now, I'm learning in front of everybody who's watching me here on YouTube, because obviously a lot of people will tell me, you're young, you're so young, you have so much time. I appreciate that. I'm 35. I'm not saying 35 is old, but I am saying that I've been at it for quite some time. I can see 40 in 5 years. It's like right there. And I'm not 20 anymore. I'm not 20, 21. So I'm at a point where I'm ready to start receiving the fruits of my labor, because there's been a lot of years. There's been enough years of labor for me to start being on the path that I actually want to be on, and doing the things that I like and making money from them and being successful at those things. So what I'm talking about now is the non-sexy parts of the journey. I heard somebody say that one time, and I've just been repeating that ever since. The non-sexy parts of the journey, which is writing down the steps of what it takes to do something and putting in the grind every day. It's just like when you see me doing all these different things towards my fitness, it looks like fun when I tell you guys, hey, I clocked in. But do you actually think it's fun when I wake up at like 5 o'clock in the morning and it's 20 degrees outside and I'm tired? I didn't get enough sleep. And I'm like, I said that I was going to make it to this gym at 6 o'clock in the morning because I have to get in this run. It's cold, I'm tired, my body's aching, and I don't really even like running. Running is a means to an end, because my trainer told me that this amount of running is what is required for me to get better at these races that I do. So I'm fighting against all the elements. And then you add in a little bit of depression in there because of things that are going on in my life and having that as a condition. So it's not fun, I don't love doing it, but I know that I'm doing it with a purpose because of what I'm trying to gain from it. So I'm just starting to tap in to becoming the best version of myself in every way, in terms of physically, in terms of mentally, in terms of financially, just in terms of everything. I'm learning the things that I'm telling you guys on these lives. Somewhat are things that I've known already, and somewhat are things that I've been doing already, but they're also things that I'm learning on the fly. I actually use you guys as accountability partners for some of the stuff that I'm doing, because I actually enjoy being able to come on here and be like, I did what I was supposed to do. I did what I told all of you that I was going to do. Not that you wouldn't watch or follow me if I was not on track with some of those things, but it helps. It helps to do something and say something and be about the things that you're telling other people to do. Because I know that I have had people who are like, oh, this is the best method to do this. This is what you're supposed to do for this. And I'm looking at them like, well, what are you doing then? Because it doesn't seem like you have achieved what it is that you're telling me that I should do. And at this stage of my life, even though I know that there's people who are not where you want to be, that can still give you good advice, I'm looking for the advice from the people who are at the places that I'm trying to get to. That's just me. There was a point in time when I was just listening to any and everybody. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. No, now I'm like, show me what you're doing. Show me where you are. And give me a reason to follow the blueprint that you're giving me. And then I will get to work on that. So that was just a quick little chat. I'm still out here waiting, but I hope that somebody benefited from some of my morning thoughts. I have a lot of different thoughts in the morning. I have started to write them down, but I also want to start to do some more videos where I share some of those things. And these are not all directly from me. I have a network. I have people that I talk to. I have people that I follow on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, all that good stuff myself. And all that stuff becomes kind of infused into my head. And it's things that I feel compelled to share. So I hope everybody has a great day. What are we today? Tuesday. I'll probably be back here again. You know, I'm on this like it's a job. And soon I'm about to get my haircut, and I will talk to y'all later.